Hello and welcome to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Thank you very much for stopping by. This is going to be the weekly outlook for the sign of Gemini for March 22nd to the 29th. And I'm going to start this video off by saying I do hope you all are staying healthy, staying safe, and being kind to each other and helpful to each other at a time like this all over the world, where everyone in the world right now is going through a bit of a crisis. All right, so I'm wishing you all peace and blessings and health. All right, but for right now, let me just remind you all that I am giving away the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Deck and Guidebook to a lucky winner. All you have to do is be subscribed to my channel, and of course let me know that you're interested in receiving that tarot deck, and simply leave me a comment right in a video, or let me know that you're interested, and the winner will be announced on March 31st. So let's get right into it, Gemini. We are going to pull out your romance angel messages. Sorry about my cat in the background. She's starting to be quite vocal during the readings again, so you'll just have to excuse that. I'm so sorry. She's all right. She's perfectly fine. She's just acting like God knows something's going on with her, right? Straight out, we have let your friends help you, Gemini. Nice energy. We have love yourself first. This card has been coming out for all of the readings, and I think this is apropos for everyone. Let go of control issues as well. All right, so let's pull out your animal spirits. We're going to know more about these messages as we pull out more cards for you. All right, and the animal spirit deck that I'm using is the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck, which I always use in my readings. It is my go-to deck, and this is one of the reasons why I chose this deck to give away, because I do think it's such an incredible animal spirit deck to work with for beginners and for experienced tarot users or tarot readers. So let's get right into it, Gemini. We're going to pull them out for you and see which animal spirits you may be walking with this week. Straight out, we have the oyster, keeper of secrets, water energy. We have the fish, more water energy. And we have the tiger, fire energy. Very, very nice. Interesting mix of animal spirits for you this week, Gemini. Before we go ahead and pull out your spread, let's get right into these spirits and talk about these briefly. The oyster is a water animal spirit, and it is considered the keeper of secrets, right? The oyster is one of these animal spirits that really talks about the need to let things out, right? To let things come to the surface, to reveal things that need to be revealed. The keeper of secrets, sometimes secrets are bad, right? Now, I'm not talking about necessarily someone who keeps your confidence, right? Here we're talking about someone who keeps things secret, or who keeps things hidden away that really need to be out in the open, right? That don't need to be kept away, that don't need to be hidden. And so in this way, this is more of a warning animal spirit. You may be dealing with someone who's being very secretive right now. You may be holding on to secrets yourself that you know are damaging or that are festering, and that you may be struggling with to let out to the light of day. If this is the case, of course, then, really think about, why are you keeping these secrets? Why are you keeping whatever information you have, or, whatever it is that you are keeping out of the light of day? Think to yourself perhaps why you're doing that. Or also, if you're dealing with somebody who's resonating with this energy, you have to think to yourself, why would they be keeping secrets that are much better brought out into the open for everyone's sake, right? Now, the fish. More water energy, and the fish is associated with the slippery relationships, right? The fish is one of these animal spirits that just goes wherever life takes it, goes with the current, is very, very temporary, right? It doesn't stay around long enough to establish any meaningful relationships. This is the type of person, the fish energy is it's one of these type of people, I'm sure we've all met them, who really has this attitude of like, oh, well, I'm just going to go where life takes me. You know, I'm such a wild traveler. I live at the edge of my seat and all of this stuff. But in actuality, they simply are unwilling to commit. They're simply unwilling to stay long enough to really put any effort into anything. They would rather let the currents of life lead them wherever they're going rather than taking sort of responsibility for actions and decisions that would bring them closer to people. So be very careful if you're dealing with somebody who's resonating with fish energy. This is someone who is going to be here one day, gone the next day without any explanation, right? This is someone that if you get involved with, you know, is going to be, the relationship will be slippery. The relationship will constantly feel like holding a fish. If you've ever tried to hold a fish, you know, it's just constantly like slipping out of your hands. And this is very much what the energy will be like. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about if you're dealing with somebody who's resonating with this. Now, the tiger is fire energy, and the tiger is worldwide associated with fear, right? In all cultures and all traditions, the tiger is one of these animals that we all know is associated with fear. Is also associated with that strong feminine lunar energy, right? This is why we have the crescent moon at the third eye of the tiger. This is an animal that has a high level of intuitive ability. And here we're really talking about challenging your fears, overcoming your fears, using the skills that you have, using your intuition and what you already have learned about life and yourself to face your fears head on, having the confidence that you know you can get through these dark times. Tiger is also one of these animal spirits. The tiger hunts at night. Right? The tiger is extremely elusive. They live in the jungle. And so, you know, this is a really strong animal spirit and one that I'm happy to see come out for you, Gemini, especially at a time like this where things are very unsure for people. And many people are frightened for various reasons. Now is the time to perhaps really sort of dig deep, you know, bring out that strength and confidence, tap into your experience, tap into what you already know, tap into the wisdom you've already accumulated and into your intuitional ability to help you overcome whatever dark areas you may be having to traverse, or whatever fears, right, that you may be having to deal with right now. All right, guys, we're going to get right into your spread for the week, 22nd to the 29th. All right, Two of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, Page of Swords. Two of Pentacles, I said this yesterday. The Two of Pentacles showed up in a reading for Aries. I did Aries yesterday, and I said that I wouldn't be surprised if Two of Pentacles shows up for a large portion of the readings this week. And here it is again for you, Gemini. Two of Pentacles, of course, is a period of flux financially, right? This is a period of a lot of upheaval, ups and downs, absolutely not knowing where you're going to land. This is high level of anxiety. You can see the ocean. Let me take a moment here. You can see the ocean in the background, the waves just, you know, roaring, right? You know, up and down. This is indicative of how emotional this time is. This is indicative of how much this is really affecting you, the chaos, the unsurety. And I just want to assure you that everyone right now, most people, in fact, right now are going through this, are having something close to this emotion in their lives because things are very uncertain. Please don't feel like you're the only one. Okay, but right now, some of you Geminis will indeed be coming into the week with a really high level of anxiety, with a lot of flux. You may not be knowing where your next paycheck is coming from. You may be having food, yeah, but money one day and another day you may not. However, this is just momentary. Two of Pentacles is definitely, I'm going to say, it's one of the cards that I am somewhat happy to see during a time like this, because it is inevitable that we are all going to have ups and downs, certainly financially and with regard to our health. Pentacles also indicates the area of health. A lot of people only think that it's about coin and money and abundance, but the realm of Pentacles, which is the earth realm, the material realm, is also associated with health. And so for a lot of you, there may be health concerns as well that are leaving you quite chaotic. However, Two of Pentacles is temporary energy. It's not permanent energy. And at some point you will settle down. You will land somewhere. This is only flux. This is a state of flux, right? So you're coming into the week with this. You're met with some events, occurrences, experiences this week that are going to increase your level of anxiety. You're going to have a lot of sleepless nights, Gemini, but we're all having a lot of sleepless nights. Again, please don't feel like you are on your own. Nine of Swords is generally a misery that we put on ourselves. It's worry that we put ourselves through, anxiety that we put ourselves through. And so, try to stay strong. The spirit of the tiger is here because you can get through this. You can overcome your fears. I'm happy to see that Page of Swords, which you round your week off, because the Page of Swords is about pooling that energy that you have to remain confident, to remain positive. The Page of Swords does not succumb to self-doubt or negative self-image or pessimism, right? The Page of Swords is all about trying to stay optimistic, remaining sort of calm in the face of a lot of people who may be telling you you can't do it, you can't make it, or what have you, in the face of a lot of fears. Pages in general and all of the suits are associated, well, first of all, they're all associated with Earth. All the pages are Earth energy. So this is the earth aspect of air, which is swords. But pages are all associated with overcoming fear in that suit. And so Page of Swords is also associated with overcoming fear, like the spirit of the tiger, in the area of our thoughts, our self-image, right? Our ego, what we believe to be the right thing, or our plans, our strategy, anything associated with the communication, the mind, and the ego is associated with swords. And so Page of Swords is talking about not dealing with any sort of negativity in that area or fear in that area. So although you start off the week quite anxious and you continue to be quite anxious during the week, you will round your week off feeling much more confident, much more positive, much more sort of in control, and sort of dealing with your fears, right? Seven of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Some of you are coming into this week with Seven of Swords energy. It's a real feeling of futility. You feel like there's nothing that you can do. You feel like whatever you're doing, it's just not working out. Seven of Swords can also be the card for treachery, but right now I'm feeling here that this is mostly about futility, cutting corners, right? When we cut corners, when we don't make decisions that are sort of intentional and thought out and well planned out, we end up not really achieving what we desire, right? Seven of Swords is my tortoise and the hare card, right? If you've heard that story of the tortoise and the hare, the hare thinks he's going to win the race, by virtue of him being naturally faster than the tortoise. So he really, he takes a nap, he cuts corners, and then at the last minute he tries to go ahead and win the race, but everything that he does fails because he was not being methodical, because he was not being sort of intentional and thought out and determined. Meanwhile, the tortoise is just slowly putting one foot in front of the other and just plodding along, and he wins the race, right? And so Tortoise and the Hare is the story of the Seven of Swords, and this is really the essence of futility. So for some of you, you may be coming into the week feeling like this, but there's always a way to turn this around. Coming into the week, you're met with a Nine of Pentacles energy, and I'm going to say that the Nine of Pentacles is probably someone in your life who is going to come in and give you the advice that you need, right? They may come in to give you some support. Nine of Pentacles individuals are generally very ambitious. They're very strong. They're very ambitious. They take great care of their body. They are very good at whatever their career is or their business or their craft, right? They generally have already a certain amount of rewards coming in and success. And so this is definitely somebody who can give you advice. This is definitely somebody who can help you through a particular area if you're just not sure about how to attack it. By the end of the week, you round off with Ace of Swords, which is clarity. You realize what you need to do. I think you realize maybe where you've been going wrong. Now, this could be in any area, right? Because swords is about the mind and the mental and ideas that we have. So this can impact any area of our life. It could impact your career, your business. It could be impacting your social connections, your personal connections. It could be impacting your creative ideas. Whatever the case is, by the end of the week, you round off with a sense of understanding and clarity and a newfound sense of confidence, I think, which will allow you to deal with some of the issues you've been dealing with here that maybe you haven't been tackling the right way, or maybe you haven't been able to find the right strategy. By the end of the week, with the help of this Nine of Pentacles sort of energy, you do find the right strategy. And I think you find yourself feeling really, really good. You know, it's almost a feeling of vindication that, you know what, if I just carry on, if I just use, you know, the means I have at my disposal, I can come out of this. I can find the right way, the right solutions to the obstacles I'm facing. And you absolutely do by the end of the week, Gemini. Very nice. There's Justice again. My gosh. 10 of Pentacles and the Devil. Well, Justice, I've been saying, has been coming out all over for readings for the last couple months. And Justice is really the card for rebalancing. Of course, it is the card for Libra. The Devil is the card for Capricorn. But nevertheless, Justice really talks about events, meetings, etc. coming in that serve to rebalance life, right? Generally, I'm going to say it can also really indicate a court decision sometimes, or even an official document, an official event that happens that serves to bring balance back into a certain area of your life. It's very, very good. And I wonder if everything that people are going through right now isn't a kind of a rebalancing in some way. But in any case, Gemini, you come into the week with this. I'm going to say during the week, by the middle of the week, you are met with a 10 of Pentacles energy. I think your Justice event comes in and completes this area of your life. You suddenly have the rewards coming in. You're suddenly very complete in a lot of ways. 10 of Pentacles indicates that kind of abundance and financial and emotional and environmental stability. Remember, I said Pentacles also indicate your environment, your health, right? Not only your finances, but also how well you're taking care of yourself, how well you're taking care of the health of your family, right? And so 10 of Pentacles indicates that kind of abundance and wealth in all areas where the family is healthy, the family is supported, you have the financial stability that you need. And so whatever this Justice event is that comes in for you, it brings this balance back into your life, and everything is good, right? Everything works out quite well. You round the week off with the Devil, which is an energy that may pull you, it can be pulling you to a sort of a negative place. You know, the Devil is associated with codependency, addictions, right? Being a slave to your passion. So you just want to be careful that this new influx of luck, abundance, health, and wealth, right, is not leading you astray, right, Gemini? That it doesn't suddenly lead you down a different path that you had intended to go down. You know, make sure that you remain tempered. Make sure that you remain sort of intentional and focused, right? You don't want to have the spirit of the fish come in now because things have sort of improved and gotten to the level that you wanted it to. So just be careful. This Devil energy is just more like a warning coming in, right? That things or events are happening perhaps towards the end of the week that may take you off your square a little bit, simply because of all of the excitement of this 10 of Pentacles coming into your life. All right, guys, I am going to leave it at that. I'm going to close this video by saying thank you very much. Please like, subscribe, and share if you enjoyed the video, if it gave you some clarity. Don't forget to let me know if you're interested in the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Deck and Guidebook, which I am giving away this month on March 31st. You'll have to come back to my channel to watch the video and see if you're the winner. All you have to do is be subscribed and leave me a comment letting me know that you're interested. But for the rest, I'm going to wish you all a very healthy, happy, and safe week. Please, like I said at the beginning of the video, please be kind to each other. Please be aware that everyone in the world right now is going through very uncertain and scary times. And the best thing that we can do is be kind to each other, and try to understand what each other are going through. Everyone's experience is different. Everyone's, trials and tribulations are different. So please, let's just remember that we are all wishing each other peace and blessings and love going forward. All right, guys, have a good week. I'll see you next week for your Gemini General Outlook. Bye-bye now.